Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, man, we got Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle again, bro. Oh, man, y'all say y'all have been enjoying the comedy. Hopefully y'all really do. You know? I don't want y'all to be lying to us, man. So every time we drop a comedy video, y'all need to come run it up with the quickness. So we know, keep bringing them back over and 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 over again. Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first part, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it in with a thumbs up.
And with that being said, we're going to automatically do another comment of the day.
Shout out to you.
Man, how you can become a comment of the day. Let's leave some positive energy, man. That's all. We just want some positive energy, and you got to continue to run us up. But, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
I hate conspiracy theories, but I'll tell you one about, well, and this is not even a theory. This part I know is a fact.
You like conspiracy?
For someone.
Did you know when I left D.C. and moved to New York in the 90s, the New York City Police Department had a hip-hop police task force? Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
And this task force would follow anybody that was involved in hip-hop culture around. Not just rappers, drug dealers, because they thought that it was connected somehow. Even young comedians like me. Anybody that was just on that scene, they knew who everybody was and what everybody was doing. And back in those days, I used to go to nightclubs, but sometimes I go to a club and the lights would be a little bit different. And I didn't notice, but the OGs would pull me aside and be like, "Careful in the club, nigga. They got the FBI lights up." Which meant that the lighting was strange because the party was under surveillance. And they were just telling me to watch my back. And, you know, I wasn't doing anything wrong anyway. Nigga, just having a good time. Now, did you know that that task force was invented originally to follow just two people around? Those people was a guy named Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. the Notorious B.I.G., and Sean P. Diddy Combs. Now, why is that this nigga has been under surveillance for at least 30 years? But just now they noticed that he racketeers and beats up bitches. I bet.
Hold on. Y'all been knowing about the freak offs then. If y'all been following him, y'all been knowing he was getting freaky. Y'all been seen the guy come in with the 30 bottles of baby oil. Y'all didn't say, what
Why you holding them like that?
Cause that's how they would come in with the box. You ain't never held a box.
Oh, a box.
Yeah, he holding a box full of baby oil.
Okay, it's...
30 bottles of baby oil.
I've held a box before.
But you ain't never held a box of 30 baby oils.
I've never had to have 30 baby oils at one time.
That box get a little heavy.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. But I assume it does. But you ain't like you know. You like, I done held some boxes of baby oil before.
And then they said they had an inflatable pool. Now we only know another motherfucker got him, and he was doing some other shit. So when I start thinking about celebrities and inflatable pools, I know something going on.
Okay, baby.
Some ain't right.
Some ain't right.
You got an inflatable pool and a little... Come on now.
Just now they noticed that he racketeers and beats up bitches. I bet you, if he was doing all that, I bet you they seen him doing it for a long time. But why now? I don't know. It was strange in this case. Nobody called the police except for Kid Cudi. And everybody called Kid Cudi a snitch. But he wasn't a snitch. A snitch is when two niggas do crime together and one of them gets caught and tells on the other one to get himself out of the trouble. Kid Cudi was...
True definition of snitch. I do think we use the terminology very wrong.
Very loosely.
There you go. Right on point.
One of them gets caught and tells on the other one to get himself out of the trouble. Kid Cudi was violated by Puff. He alleged that Puff blew up his motherfucking Porsche with a Molotov cocktail and didn't stop there. He said he then alleged that Puff broke into his house and opened this nigga's Christmas gifts. Oh, nigga, I would have been furious. Kid Cudi said, I can't prove that he opened the gifts or nothing, but I came in the house and he was in there and the gifts was open and that nigga was just like, Merry Christmas, Playboy. So what was Kid Cudi supposed to do? He only got two choices. Either A, you're gonna have to do some gangster shit to this nigga that he's gonna have a hard time proving. Or if you're not built like that, and I do not believe that Kid Cudi is built like that.
I don't either.
Your last option is B. You gotta call the police. Good for Kid Cudi. He did the right thing. I, on the other hand, I'm built like that. If this nigga fuck my family's Christmas up, you better believe I'm gonna make him suffer for that shit. And niggas are gonna come up to me and tell me all about it and not even know I did it. Oh my God, Dave. Oh. Did you hear what happened to Puffy? Oh my God, no. What happened? He was jogging by himself in Topanga Canyon. A falcon came out of nowhere and killed this nigga. Oh my God.
Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh.
I love hip-hop music. I love many of the people that make that music. They taught me things and showed me things that I'd never seen for myself. Good things. For example, I was in Atlanta once. I'm almost done. Hang in there, champ. I was in Atlanta, and a rapper named T.I. called me up. Now, at this time, I didn't know him well. I know him better now, but I knew him well enough that he'd have my phone number. And the nigga called me up. He was like, Dave, I heard you was in my city. He said, I want to show you the real Atlanta. I said, fuck yeah, nigga, let's go. He said, meet me downstairs in your hotel valet. So I went downstairs. I thought he was fucking around, but when I went down there, he was outside in the valet, sitting in a purple Phantom. This car must have been $1.5 million. Beautiful purple color with ivory white seats. It's the kind of car that you gotta have a chauffeur to drive, but for some reason, this nigga was driving it himself. And I didn't ask no questions. I just jumped in the car, and man, he showed me Atlanta, everything. Outkast and them started rapping over there, and Future used to play in the playground over here. And then he sold the car up and he pointed to a house and he goes, and Martin Luther King grew up in that house right there. And he raised his children over here. And that's the church he preached in over there. And then we stopped at a red light, and these little black kids rushed the car from my side of the intersection with water bottles. These kids in Atlanta, if you know, they're called the water boys. Their whole hustle is they sell water to people who are stuck in that hot Atlanta traffic. I didn't know that. I just saw these young niggas running up on the car, so I locked the door like, fuck that.
Oh, Blake.
But T.I. rolled his window down, started giving the kids orders. Slow down, don't just run up on somebody's car. You don't know what they got in there. And smile so you look less threatening. And remember your manners. Yes, sir, no ma'am, please, thank you. That'll keep you alive. And keep that condensation on that water so it looks refreshing and delicious. And then that kid realized that he was talking to a legend. He said, oh my God. He said, thanks, T.I., and held his hand out for some money. And that nigga T.I. looked at him and said, I done gave you the game, and rolled up the window and ran away.
Hey,
bro.
he did give you the game.
Gave
How to
you
make
the
some
game.
more. Hey, that is true. Keep that condensation on that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Make it look refreshing.
What you
Like
said?
one on dry, hot ass water.
What you said?
Some ice in that mug. Ice cooler. Yeti. Invest your money, man.
Want some wheels or something? Y'all gonna roll around?
That night, I did my show. And when I got off stage, T.I. was backstage with a friend of his that I didn't know. I just knew his friend was somebody because everyone was acting all excited that he was back there. So I asked him, I go, yo, Tip, who's your man? And he's like, oh, that right there? He goes, that there is the future of hip hop. And I was like, nigga, will you just calm down? So then I asked the dude. I said, yo, my man. I said, what's your name? And the dude looked over, he said, I'm Nipsey. And this was Nipsey Hussle. I'm not gonna go all into it, but I gotta tell you, that night, me and T.I. and Nipsey went out and we had a fucking blast. Good time, not a freak all fun, but fun. So much so that when I got home from the road and my wife always asked me, she goes, Dave, how was your trip? Normally I'm just like, it was good. But this time I was like, babe, I met the coolest nigga. I said, this nigga's younger than me, but it's like he's older than me. And she's like, what? She goes, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know, bitch. She's like, it's like hanging out with a fortune cookie. This nigga just had an answer for everything. I told her all about Nipsey. And what was funny about it is years later, I saw Nipsey's widow, and she pulled me aside. I'd never met her. And she said, I just want to tell you that my husband loved you. She said, he said he met you in Atlanta, and you had a wonderful time. I said, boy, that's fucking crazy. We sure did. Not long after I met Nipsey, I was in LA doing a show. And then after the show, I got a text from a guy that says, I'm at a party you need to be at. And I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. And he's like, no, nigga, you have to come to this party. So I'm thinking this must be the freak off, finally.
Finally get my invite.
Crazy.
And the party was at a place that I'd been to a million times, so I wasn't excited about being in that place. But when I walked in, it just was different. It was popping. And it turns out that the party was for Nipsey. Nipsey had been nominated for Rap Album of the Year, and everyone that he would have ever respected was at the party. T.I. was there, Snoop was there, Jay-Z was there, Puffy, before we knew he did all that stuff, was there. I was there, on and on and on. And as good as the party was, when I was partying, I was having fun, but I had a pit in my stomach because it reminded me of the 90s. And you can believe me or you cannot believe me. I'm just telling you how I saw and how I felt. They had the FBI lights up. I just felt like, man, this party's under surveillance, but I didn't think too much of it. And then I went back home to Ohio and I was taking a nap and my wife shook me awake and she had tears in her eyes and she said, David. I said, what's going on with you? She said, your friend is dead. And I'm old now, so I'm like, bitch, you're gonna have to be more specific than that. I know niggas with gout. But it was Nipsey. And this is why I feel for Charlie Kirk's fans, because I know what it's like to see someone you look up to and admire gunned down by a fucking nobody. Oh my God. It's so hard to accept that. And if you looked on the internet and saw those terrible videos, because there was a very gory video of Nipsey's murder too. And then I looked in the comment section and the internet was doing what it does. And everyone was coming up with one conspiracy theory after another. But the one that I kept seeing the most involved a holistic doctor in New York City.
I hate that.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. This was a funny joint, but also sad, bro.
I know, right? Cause yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it brings it back around of a moment. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was a huge fan of Nip. I can't have the pleasure of saying that I did introduce Nip to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? When I say that, I'm referring to the music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was one of the first ones in my circle and in my area to really listen to Nip music, and I remember people used to come up to me and be like, "Man, yeah, hey, he put me on Nip. He put me on Nip," and yeah, Nip had a big impact. And even when I was in college, man, we used to, me and a couple of guys, we referenced Nip, and he was the motivation for a lot of stuff that we did. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff he used to talk about how he ventured into his business endeavors, and you know what I'm saying, the whole all money in situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid to invest in yourself first before anyone else invests into you, because a lot of people look for help before they help themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of Nip, you know what I'm saying, is instilled in me to this day, as far as inspiration.
Yeah.
Him and another individual who unfortunately was gone down in the same manner, Dolph. I can say I had the capability to interview Young Dolph when I was in college. That's before his rise and his fame, and luckily being in Tennessee, I was able to, especially being from where I'm from, I was able to get hip to Dolph early. And I remember I used to walk around campus and listen to Dolph. I used to blast, and a lot of people used to be like, "Who you listen to?" I'd be like, "Dude named Dolph." A lot of people was clowning. And these same people I see now glorify him and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan." I was like, "Man, I just remember when y'all used to talk shit because y'all was like, who?" How? And I'm like, and I used to explain how his name was and all this, and I was like, "Damn, it's just crazy how shit comes around full circle." Because I remember even like I was one of the first one. I don't know. I really ain't never seen too many people with it, but even rocking Nipsey Hussle merch. In college, I used to purchase Nipsey Hussle merch with the Crenshaw, and people used to come up, "Wow, where you?" I'm like, "Man, this Nipsey Hussle. Have you ever heard of him?" Some people say no. Some people say, "Yeah, I heard him. I didn't know he had a clothing line." And I used to have his Scully's. I got a slew of his shirts. I mean, I got a lot of his shirts, and this is the original Crenshaw Nipsey Hussle merch before his passing. I still carry, still got the belongings today. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's a sad situation thinking about it, though. R.I.P. to both of those guys, man. Senseless,
Facts.
stupid deaths from nobodies. Just both of them, nobodies. But y'all spin us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts in the comments for us down below, man. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We out.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar.